Reserve in Wellington, and this is the place that the players regard as their unofficial home of Test cricket, and we're here for the second one between New Zealand and...
As concerned, we should have a nice fine morning. The afternoon, there's some gale force winds on the way, 22-degree maximum, excellent light conditions. That northerly is about 42 kilometres per hour, and humidity, well, it's not too bad, down around about 81% at the moment. So win the toss and bat first. Well, why have they done that? I think just because it's a perfect pitch. It really does look an absolute belter. 81 years of Test match cricket here at the Basin Reserve, and I don't think there's ever been 30 millimetres of grass on a surface here. It's old grass, though. It's not too green, but it is very long. Remembering that the outfield is only 10 centimetres long. We've got 10 millimetres long, sorry, and we've got 30 mil on the pitch. It's just going to give it some nice pace, some nice bounce. It's very hard and as dry as Brett Sipp thought the ground staff have got this pitch here. A lot drier than last year's one against Australia, and I expect it just to be a very good batting surface after about the first hour and a half, when the ball is certainly going to seam. As far as this wind's concerned, well, 42 kilometres per hour. It's very tough to bowl into the wind, but also spare a thought for the batsmen running into the wind when they're trying to push singles. It gets very tough, so you're going to have to judge those pretty well. New Zealand have decided to bat first. I think it's a good decision, but they are going to have to fight through that first hour.
Yeah, thanks very much, Dawley. So just confirming those two sides. Easy to do the Pakistan one, as their skipper said, Misbah al-Haq. No need to change a winning combination. I think that's fair enough. And New Zealand did have to do something about the product. So the angle, as you're looking at it there, and McCullum and Guptill out in the middle waiting for the Pakistanis. News is New Zealand have won the toss and they've decided to bat first on a very good-looking pitch. It's got a little bit of grass on it. You would expect that on the first morning. The umpires are going to have trouble with the hats. And someone's going to have to bowl into that breeze to begin with. And the first ball from Umar Gul, and up first for us this morning, Ramiz Raja, our guest from Pakistan, of course, wonderful cricketer in his own right, and a local man who never ever says anything ill about the weather here. In fact, he enjoys the breeze living up on the hill above C2. Morning, Grant Nisbet.
Morning, Smithy. Morning, everyone. Yes, breezy is the word, and it might even intensify as the day goes on. And New Zealand batting first after Daniel Vettori made that decision, and this is the change in the opening combination. Martin Guptill opening up with Brendan McCullum. Tim McIntosh has dropped out, and so Kane Williamson will bat at 3 and James Franklin at 6, and no change to Pakistan as expected. Umar Gul is going to open up with the northerly behind him, so he'll be pleased about that. It's going to be a bit of a slog up into the wind today, one would imagine. Morning, Ramiz, and welcome to Wellington.
Morning, Grant, and yes, lovely to be here. New Zealand have got their work cut out, and I say that on the basis that they had to replace their opener, and the team never feels comfortable when one of their regular in the top order has been replaced.
Opening ball of the Test match. And just beaten a little bit by the pace. 130, but it is going to be a pacier pitch, one would imagine. Pushed away by Guptill. So the opening run of the Test match has been scored, and New Zealand are underway.
He's a good player, Martin Guptill, tall and elegant. Got into position early and played it down away from the field at cover. And so New Zealand off and running.
Oh, that might be a bit close. Oh, he's given. He didn't play a shot. And Daryl Harper says that is out. That would have carried on and hit the stumps. And that's a big blow early on.
Well, he feels he's got the rough end of the umpire here. Umar Gul closer to the stumps. That ball came back, and yes, I think not offering a shot is risky. And that looked pretty out to me. Daryl Harper taking his time, raising his finger, and Pakistan off to a great start here. Brendan McCullum has to leave early for only 2. New Zealand 3 for 1. But in real motion, looked out.
Pulled away, nice shot. Confident shot by Guptill, first boundary of the Test match.
Can be tough for Tanveer Ahmed. He's running into the wind and losing his rhythm. It was a half tracker, and Guptill, well, he's a very good player of the pull shot. Got in position early, good roll of the wrist and the weight when there was nobody there patrolling the field on the leg side, so an easy boundary. Tanveer Ahmed really
Nicely played away by Williamson for another single. Well, given that he didn't hear it, do you think if Guptill had quickly looked around, it might have convinced him otherwise? Lovely stroke, and this looks like it might go all the way. It's running out of puff, but it should get there. And yes, it does. A lovely off drive by Kane Williamson.
Beautifully done through the offside, authoritative drive from Williamson. Good footwork. Very good footwork. Middled it beautifully, playing it with straight back through mid-off. Everything looked good about that drive.
And Tanveer Ahmed to bowl to Martin Guptill. Oh, that one's got away. That's going all the way, in fact. So 4 wides, which I'm sure the wicketkeeper will be reasonably happy with.
The extra bit of wind is neutralized Tanveer Ahmed. His strike rate is pretty good. Strike rate of 35 in Test match cricket is outstanding effort. But this is the second bad ball that he's bowled in this spell. He bowled a half-tracker that was pulled for 4, and this one going down the leg side at Nanak.
DRS was in play. I think we would have just accepted they've been overturned. We move on with the game. I feel sorry for them. I think they've been hung out to dry, personally. Driving. This one he's got through. Nice stroke. Yeah, it was a long half volley and he got it and hit it where it needed to be hit. 32 for 1. Yes. The Pakistan bowlers. This is the final ball of the last over. Good shot down into the ground, nice and straight. Good area to hit that, and good reward.
Shows how hard the pitch is. Look how high that bounced. Guptill hit it straight into the wicket, bounced straight over that man's head and raced away. Really hard surface here at the basin. Get him on. Saw how well he bowled in Hamilton. Bowl him into the breeze. Put New Zealand under pressure.
Sharp. Oh, that is a wonderful stroke.
Well, this is playing into New Zealand's hands. Yunus Khan and Kane Williamson blowing bubbles. That's how relaxed that man is. Look at that off the back foot. Simultaneous, the bubble and the shot for 4. That's a fantastic shot. I just don't understand.
4 all the way. Thank you very much. Juicy half volley. Got to be put away. 42 for 1.
And this was just before he smacked a ball for 4 off the back foot. Look at that, the bubble. And the ball's already coming down, and he's still got the bubble there. I've never ever seen that before.
You don't want it to get wrapped to the wind. Well, this is interesting. Slightly aerial. It's away. It's a chase. Won't go for 4. Well, if he is going to bowl into the wind, I'd suggest he's not going to bowl a particularly long spell. Obviously, Yunus is one over there. Did not impress the skipper at all.
Yeah, Williamson has to be a little bit careful here. That was aerial. It's just in front of the gully man, but with that angle from Riaz going across.
16. Edge. Surely this one. Yes, he's given it. It took some time. Had to happen. Had to happen. Healthy edge. Good bowling. Goal rewarded once more.
Oh, brilliant piece of bowling. Just for a moment, everyone stood around looking at one another, waiting for the finger to go up, and it didn't. And you got the feeling that Daryl Harper was going to give it not out. Oh, it's a thick, healthy edge. Kane Williamson can't help himself but look around. And this time Daryl Harper obliges and says, on your way, son. And Umar Gul does a good job. Started walking, which is strange. Williamson practices what he should have done on the way back. He's gone for 21. New Zealand 46 for 2. Time for...
Wahab. Basically, here's the wickets. The full Shane Bond is alongside me. That's the wicket of Kane Williamson in particular. And that was a big, healthy edge.
Yeah, afternoon, Smithy, it was. And he almost got away with it. He's had a look, and he stood his ground. And I think even for an instant he thought he was going to get away with it. but he would have been very lucky to get away with that. He's hit the cover off it.
That's 4. That raced off the bat. 53 for 2 for New Zealand, so it's not boring.
No, definitely is not boring. And the Pakistani bowlers are learning fast that it's not an easy job bowling into the breeze at the base, and that's a good shot from Taylor. You cannot give him width at a fullish length outside off stump, or he'll carve you through there all day. His pace, and Guptill gets down the other end, but very flat to start with.
Oh, Taylor goes straight away after him, and I'm not sure he got all of it. In fact, I don't even think it's going to go for 4. They might run 4 here. Guptill's quick enough. He might go on the arm. He'll get there easy. So Taylor will get the 4. And it also says to Raman, I'm here for the challenge.
Downwind. Interesting to see what sort of pace he can muster.
That's 4. That was a wide half volley. Got the treatment. Nicely controlled, Taylor.
Well, whether he's upwind or downwind, he's made the same mistake and he's got the same result. We haven't had a maiden yet, so Pakistan just...
Yeah, it's gone nice and fine, this, so Guptill will get at least 2. Now then, how is Martin Guptill going to try and overcome this issue he had in Hamilton?
Managed to bounce over top of the stumps.
Well, this has got away down the leg side. He didn't play a shot at it, Guptill, and the keeper made a mistake. And they'll settle for 2. And 2 byes signalled.
Yeah, that's a poor delivery from Raman. Akmal couldn't get gloves on it to stop.
Goes after it, and it has flown away through the slips. Again, a little bit of width for Taylor. And again, he went after it, and he sliced it away down through the slips for 4.
Well, this is what Wahab Riaz is looking for. But Taylor went so hard at it that it just raced away. Would have gone over 3rd slip if he had been standing there. So if you do decide to go after it, go hard. But they're talking about gusts of up to 100 kilometres per hour later in the day, so hold on.
Taylor tucks one away on the leg side, and he'll take a single as well. And he'll keep walking towards the pavilion as the umpires drop the bails onto the ground, which signifies the end of the first session here. And New Zealand will go to lunch at 80 for 2 after Daniel Vettori won the toss at 10:30 this morning and decided that batting was the caper. And so 80 for the loss of 2 as they head towards the pavilion. Just have a quick look at the scoreboard before we leave you. New Zealand opening up with Martin Guptill, who's batted right through the session, and Brendan McCullum. McCullum out at the end of the first over, left a ball from Gull, struck him on the pads, given